So our first off-season signing of this rebuild will be Casey Mize. So I didn't know this, but Miguel Vargas became a free agent, so we re-signed him to 4 years, $4 million a year. So our last free agent signing of the 2026 offseason will be Zach Littell. Here's our lineup against righties to start the season. Chase Madroth leading off, followed by Kyle Teal, Munetaka Murakami, Andrew Benintendi, Colson Montgomery, Miguel Vargas, Brooks Baldwin, Austin Hayes, Dalton Varsho. Here's our starting lineup against left-handed pitchers. Chase Madroth, Miguel Vargas, Munetaka Murakami, Andrew Benintendi, Kyle Teal, Colson Montgomery, Dalton Varsho, Austin Hayes, Curtis Mead. Here's our starting rotation. Shane Smith, Zach Littell, Casey Mize, Anthony Kay, Sean Burke. Here's our starting lineup for opening day. Chase Madroth, Miguel Vargas, Munetaka Murakami, Andrew Benintendi, Colson Montgomery, Kyle Teal, Brooks Baldwin, Dalton Varsho, Austin Hayes. Shane Smith is on the mound for facing Zach Allen. So the White Sox scored 2 in the first 2 innings. It's now 2-0 after 2. So the White Sox score 6 in the top of the 4th. It's now 8-0. So the White Sox score 1 in the top of the 6th, but the Athletics score 4 in the bottom of the 6th. It's now 9-4. So the White Sox defeat the Athletics 9-5. Here's our starting lineup for the game against the Braves today. Chase Madroth, Munetaka Murakami, Andrew Benintendi, Colson Montgomery, Kyle Teal, Dalton Varsho, Austin Hayes, Billy Carlson, Miguel Vargas. Zach Littell is on the mound, and we are facing Grant Holmes. So the Braves scored 2 on the bottom of the 3rd. It's 2-0 after 3. So the White Sox scored 4 in the top of the 5th, courtesy of a 2-run double and a 2-run Benny bomb. It's now 4-2 going into the second half of the game. So the White Sox score 1 in the top of the 7th. It's now 5-2 going into the bottom of the 7th. Ronald Acuna Jr. hits a 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 7th. It's now a tie game 5-5 after 7. So the White Sox scored 3 runs on a Colson Montgomery home run in the top of the 11th. And then a sacrifice fly made it a 2-run game in the bottom of the 11th. And then there was a 3-run walk-off double in the bottom of the 11th to have the Braves sweep us and win 9-8. Here is the White Sox batting order against the Rays. Chase Madroth, Munetaka Murakami, Andrew Benintendi, Colson Montgomery, Kyle Teal, Miguel Vargas, Dalton Varsho, Billy Carlson, Austin Hayes. Sean Burke is on the mound for us, and we're facing right-handed pitcher Jacob Miller for the Rays. Back-to-back home runs are hit in the bottom of the 1st. Andrew Benintendi's 30th of the year and Colson Montgomery's 28th of the year. It's now 2-0 White Sox after 1. So the Rays score 1 in the top of the 2nd to make it 2-1, but then the White Sox blow it open with a 10-run bottom of the 2nd, courtesy of a 3-run home run from Austin Hayes and a grand slam from Colson Montgomery, his 29th of the year. It's now 12-1 White Sox after 2. So the Rays score 1 at the top of the 3rd, and then the White Sox score 4 in the bottom of the 3rd. It's now 16-2 after 3. The White Sox score 2 in the bottom of the 4th, courtesy of a back-to-back home runs from Andrew Benintendi, which is his 32nd of the year, and Colson Montgomery, 30th of the year. It's now 18-2 after 4. So the White Sox score 2 in the bottom of the 5th. It's now 20-2. So the White Sox score 1 on the bottom of 6. It's now 21-2 after 6. So the White Sox score 11 runs in the bottom of the 7th, the biggest inning of the night. It's 32-2. Why won't the Rays just give up already? They haven't scored any runs since the 3rd inning. The White Sox have scored at least 1 run in every single inning. Hopefully they keep that trend going in the 8th. The Rays should just give up at this point. They're already going to lose. They're losing by 30 runs. The White Sox score 9 in the bottom 8th. What? It's 41-2. 2 in the first, 10 in the second, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, 11 in the seventh, and 9 in the eighth. 41-2, that's game, bro. So the White Sox have defeated the Rays 41-3. So I was looking at the standings, and we have two crazy standings in the same division in the National League West. The Dodgers won 117 games, most in MLB history, and then the Rockies lost 139 games and lost 123 for the second year in a row. Worst record again.